switch. So yeah, we're pretty much at the end of the Hatter's domain. Getting there. See, there's advantages to being small. But the Hatter doesn't understand that. Sure, come on. He's so funny. Okay, so you can see where we're at here. And away we go. And yes, that's the train, and yes, you might notice that the cars of the train look kind of like church steeples.
We found the source of the shaking, but are those two quaking? What are they up to?
You'll never stop us, silly Hatter and Alice. It's left. You're too late.
The insolence, the arrogance, the execrable table manners. They are destroyers of Wonderland. Defilers, denuders, derangers. Delightful is present.
Did they actually create that infernal train to destroy Wonderland?
What does that matter? They deserve to die. Ow! Put me down this instant. I ought to be...
Enough talk. Battle time, missy. Abandon false hope. Forget the past. The damage is done.
Let the madness begin. Resume the folly. Precious domain, and the guests. All I really wanted was another tea party.
Please, Hatter, you promised. Where is that train going? What's its purpose? Tell me, now.
There's no time for whatever it is you want to talk about. It's time for tea. Talk trains with Turtle. He ran the Looking Glass line. Come on, you lot. We can still be friends. I've got a fine Darjeeling. Drink, drink.
My memories are shattered. I'm trying to collect the pieces, and I now believe the train impedes me. You must help me. You promised.
Ask the one who helps them what helps themselves. Whoever that is. Ah!
Very pity. He deserved to die. And I'm about to drown in tea, in ignorance.
When one's head's in the clouds, one's heart gets wet. Now there's a good saying. Whitechapel isn't London's wicked underbelly, it's the
Caught my very own river nymph.
Saints be praised, he works in mysterious ways. Got plans for her.
Take her over to the Mangled Mermaid. Rent a bed.
On to woo a girl, Mr. Brawl.
Do you think you're doing?
What comes natural like?
Not natural to me. Get away.
I just adore Alice's attitude.
The white cat reminds me of my snowdrop. Nanny knew her.
Here we go. That lot's destined for Billingsgate Market. Nobody asked where they came from, which is a mistake. Fish from this reach of the Thames is toxic. Yes, progress.
Bit of a pea souper tonight, eh, Jake?
Yeah, wouldn't want to be out in this muck.
Save us a job?
We got two doing this morning. Gets any worse, they're not going to make it.
I know what you mean. I'm the very soul of charity if I don't have to lift a finger for it.
I'm the very soul of charity if I don't have to lift a finger for it. Okay. No idea what those crates contain. It's the stuff of dreams. As close as I'm likely to come to exotic places. Now, there's a... I go through this part, because it's leading into the second chapter, obviously. Ice can reflect an image, and like amber, trap and preserve a thing forever, or until it melts.
Let's slip out the back. Half a pint at the rank.
A toy must be completely ruined to be abandoned where children play jacks with pebbles and only pretend to have a ball. And yeah, it's not just that the doll is there, the hobby horse is also there. So, you understand where Alice gets the idea for the hobby horse in Wonderland. Welcome to the Mangled Mermaid. Kind of goes well with the other bar that she saw called the Flaming Stallion. Back in the marketplace. Could be thinking about jumping off. We don't really know.
Oh, you fucking cunt.
Tart with some rough edges. Likes everything rough, I'll wager.
A handsome offer, but I've got an appointment with another man.
Well, girl, how hard do you want to make this?
You should know that doctor says I've a terrible disease.
I always loved Alice's lines there.
Oh, you fucking son of a...
Paralytic addiction disqualifies drunkards from any honest means to acquire strong drink. It inhibits fear and shame, and emboldens the commission of desperate acts. Wonder what became of Pris. Now, that's, you know, again, I haven't seen anybody make this connection. There's a memory, which hopefully I'll find, actually, of Nanny. Just like you already heard Pris comment that Nanny was an uppity whore, and you know, Nanny later on has one of her memories saying that, you know, she's not a drunk. Actually, I think there's a line of dialogue where she says this, but there's a memory too related to how Pris Witless would do anything for a bottle of gin or threepence, which is how much it costs to fill a bottle of gin. So what Alice is saying here is this guy who's completely passed out drunk in the rain is just like Pris. Well, drunkards will do anything to meet their needs or meet their desire for drink. Well, Pris is a drunk, so obviously she's willing to do just about anything in order to get money or gin for money, or money for gin, or the gin itself. So, you know, what is she doing? How is she being able to fund her habit, basically? Now this, you can see, the East End's lousy with spectacles and exhibitions, fire eaters and freaks. This playlet's likely to be bloodthirsty, flamboyant, and melodramatic with saucy songs. The audience will be as raucous and rowdy as the performers. And you can see here it's Bruno Carpentieri's Carnival of Oddities, featuring the insatiable Walrus Man. Okay, that's the poster, the banner for it. So yeah, you know, as you probably have heard if you've looked at other reviews of the game, but you'll run into basically this game's adaptation of the story from the books of The Carpenter and the Walrus, which is a pretty brutal story, and even in the original, and it doesn't really get any nicer in this one. Another thing about this, though, and you actually saw a little bit of this in some of the posters back toward the marketplace. You know, the growth of entertainment just for entertainment's sake,